Alright, so we're back. Today is the second devlog of the game, and I'm just going to be covering what happened in the last 2 weeks. I re-implemented the AI and did some other stuff, and it'll probably be a little bit shorter than the previous one because there was pretty much stuff to cover for the first devlog. So, I'll go over to the NPC standing over here. All of them have the same default model right now. Even the player character has the same default model. But eventually, I plan to randomize all their traits. So, as you can see, this guy's name is Jackson Wardlaw, and all the names are randomly selected just from a couple text files. And this is how we're going to control what the NPC is doing. I guess with the example right now, I can show I could set up a mine and show them mining. I remember which one it is. Alright. Let's go somewhere where there's not a whole bunch of stuff everywhere. Let's go over here. Alright. So, this little template here, it just is going to represent the stockpile block, which all items that can't be carried in an inventory get sent to a stockpile, and it basically acts as an inventory, just something that players and NPCs can't hold. Next, we'll place down the work area like we've seen last time. I'll just put the mine somewhere here. Alright, so we can start by naming this work area. We'll name it My Mine. And you can see in the bottom here, this box has popped up that says My Stockpile, which is the stockpile that we placed over here, or over there more or less, and we just click this button to use that stockpile. Next, we can go over to the NPC over there, and we can tell him what to do. We can also spawn NPCs using this little wooden totem that I couldn't really think of anything better to use to spawn NPCs. So if I click on him, we can see now that we have My Mine that comes up in his jobs list. It says that we can assign him as a laborer or a transporter. And you'll see that laborer is whited out because I can't click it because I forgot to assign what kind of mine it is. So I can just tell him that he's a transporter, but there's nothing to transport, so he's just going to stay there until there's something to move. So let's go back over here. I forgot where I placed the... Up there it is. Alright, let's place down some NPCs. Let's place down 5 guys. 6 guys. There we are. So, let's go back over to here, and we have to select the mine. Okay, and now this should appear that we can tell these guys to start being a laborer. So we're gonna have 3 laborers and maybe 4 trans. Now let's do. I don't know. Let's do 4. 2 transporters is enough. Well, 5 miners. Okay. So they're in a little bit of a prototype state right now, where you can see that their animations don't actually play when they are mining, and it just has to do with inconsistencies with weapon types and tool types that has yet to be sorted out, but that'll be sorted out soon too. So we can see the 2 transporters are taking stuff back and forth, and all these miners are still just mining away. What's cool about this is we can put down another stockpile over here, and we can go down to the flag down here that this guy is in the way with. Okay. And we will click this stockpile. As you can see, this the completion for the stockpile that we just placed is at 0, and this one's at 7. When the work area decides where to take it, it will be based on how full each one is. And when I get the menu set up for the stockpile, you can say how much of a threshold each stockpile should have. So in other words, if you want one stockpile to have a whole lot more than another, it will try to equal it out as best it can based on your preferences. So we're going to hit use the stockpile, and now it's going to start just moving rocks between the two. Most likely it's going to start with this one, starting filling this one up until they're the same, and then from that, well, I guess it speaks for itself. So I guess we can let these guys mine a little bit. Well, I can go over some of the other stuff that I did. As you can see, there's no trees anymore because I'm testing out some different biomes, getting some stuff ready to work in world generation. And at the moment, I plan to maybe have trees and meadows, like a forest biome and a meadow biome. I'm not sure, maybe a mountain biome as well. I also was working on an algorithm to spawn roads around the world, and then based on those roads, houses would appear on roadside, or villages or castles, etc. And as you can see, a house has appeared here in the distance. So I'm just gonna walk towards it roughly, because I know I know this seed pretty well, which there is a road over here somewhere that leads to this house. So I'd like to show how the roads look. I know there's a road here somewhere. There it is. And this is just a mock-up house with some quick models I made. Nothing too much inside. And I guess let's go back to our little mining crew over here. It looks like we're going to need some more transporters. Okay, you're a transporter. You're a transporter. You're a transporter, and you are a transporter. That should be a lot more. And they are still in a prototype state, so they're still standing on top of each other. But that'll be dealt with eventually. But for now, it's acceptable. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Something else that's really cool is all the NPCs have something called inverse kinematics, which clamps their feet to the ground. If you look at how he's standing 1 foot up in the air because he's standing higher on higher terrain at the one point. Okay then. So you can see it there too, where his feet align with the world. So that's pretty nice. So it's raining now, and maybe if we can get over here, maybe we can see some of the rain hitting the ground. See if you can see that up top. It's a little hard. Let me make a patch quick on the ground, just using some blocks. So here, we can see the rain splattering onto the terrain, which is really awesome. And you can probably see it's getting a little bit wetter like the overall wetness is probably is going up. We'll be able to see it as the as time goes on. Maybe I'll speed it up so you don't have to painstakingly sit through it getting wetter. Okay, so that looks pretty wet, doesn't it? Nice and shiny. And we got the reason I picked this weather is because you get to see the sun shining through and shining off at the water. And one thing I'd like to show here is that, see how nice and dry it is under here? Maybe I can show you if I use the block again and clear some of this out. You can see the difference. Look at the difference there. You can see it's raining and I'm nice and dry under here. So that is going to wrap up the second devlog. I want to say thank you to those who have been following the development of the game so far. And even if it's only a couple people at the moment, it still really means a lot to me. So if you are not following the development and you would like to, I'll leave a link in the description to the Discord and some alternative ways that you can get a hold of me. So that's all for now, but not forever. I make a devlog every 2 weeks, and we'll talk again when the next devlog rolls around.